Alright. Welcome to SideboardMTG. My name's Eric, and today we're going to be playing some red-black vehicles. This deck's pretty well known. A lot of people know, of red-black vehicles. It's one of the decks to look out for. It's probably put up more top 8s than most other decks. Maybe just behind a few of the other decks, but it's pretty close. I'm really excited because we're going to be playing some Hazards. It's one of the first times I've played Hazard in quite some time. Goblin Chainwhirler, Rekindling Phoenix, all the good things are here. So I hope you guys like tonight's show. If you do, give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, subscribe to the channel. All right, guys, we're gonna be playing some competitive Magic tonight. So I'm gonna go over this deck tech really quick, and we're gonna jump into a league. Okay. All right. There's a couple things I want to point out here on the mana base. He has decided to go with 2 copies of Cinder Barons and then 4 copies of Canyon Slough and Dragon Skull Summit. Now, when I say he, this is a deck, if you check the description box below, this is a deck that was taken to a top 8 finish by Jason, oh gosh, what was his last name? Oh, I don't want to butcher it. But I think his name's Jason. Where's my dashboard? Here we go. Jason Cornell. Jason Cornell took this to a top 8 finish in Minneapolis this weekend. So if you guys want to check out that list, it's over on TCG Player. The deck is a little bit expensive. We're talking upwards $300-400 bucks here. So if you're just wanting to test this deck out, you don't actually have all the parts for it. It's definitely going to be one of those you're really going to want to look into manatraders so that you can just rent this deck. If you do decide you want to do that, there's a link in the description box below along with a coupon so you can save yourself some money. SideboardMTG 15 is your coupon, and it'll save you 15% on your first 3 months. So really good deal there, and it'll let you test with all the decks that you could possibly want to. So with that out of the way, let's get this back up. All right, guys. 4 copies of a Braid, 3 Heart of Kieran, 4 Scrap Heap Scrounger, 2 PNLR. I really like PNLR. Now, I think that if you were in like a red-blue deck or an energy deck or something like this, would just be Whirler or Virtuoso, but PNLR does the same effect, giving you 2 bodies to block with. It also can produce 3 power the turn that it comes down, which can crew Heart of Kieran. This is very important. We had that problem with the black-white vehicles deck. We had some problem crewing, or sometimes you would have to use more than 1 creature crewing. Now, PNLR does do that. You do have to use the more than 1 creature to crew, but overall, PNLR is just a really good creature to have along with your the rest of the deck, because if you're swinging with a Scrap Heap Scrounger or Heart of Kieran, or even with a Walking Ballista, or even the token that comes off of PNLR, then you're gonna be able to use your additional mana. It's a late game mana sink. You can sacrifice an artifact to keep someone from being able to block, which can be handy. And then there's a lot of nice interactions with PNLR. She is no stranger to these vehicle decks. Been around for about as long as the vehicles have, and she does have her daughter here, which is also really good at crewing Heart of Kieran. And then one of my favorite blockers in the game right now. Now, I do say that with all the enchantment-based removal that exiles, Rekindling Phoenix is probably a little bit weaker than it has been in the past. But for right now, I'm really fond of Rekindling Phoenix, as it does block very well. You can always crew your heart. You don't have to swing in the Settle the Wreckage. It does put forth enough of a threat that if you just swing with a Rekindling Phoenix by itself, it'll normally call out the Settle the Wreckage, so that it's a really quick clock. You're looking at only 5 swings total if you're just hitting for 4 each turn, and this deck can start hitting for 4 as early as turn 3. So really powerful deck here. Now, one of the things that I'm most excited about playing with the red-black is the removal. Now, there's not a lot of removal in the deck. The Unlicensed Disintegration and the Abrade are the backbone of the removal. We do still have Glorybringer, but Unlicensed Disintegration is just instant speed, deals with absolutely anything you need to, and if you can get that extra 3 points of damage in, it really gives you that aggressive power that you need. And Unlicensed Disintegration, like, sometimes it is just murder, so we're not always going to have the artifact to be able to cast it, but for the most part, we are going to have that artifact, Heart of Kieran, whether she's active or not, or whether it's active or not. is going to be absolutely devastating when we have unlicensed disintegration to clear the way. So, you know, swinging, you know, remove their Lyra or something like that, and then swing in with Heart of Kirin, and instead of them going to gain life or stop you from swinging, now they're losing 7 life. Just a really big life swing there with cards like Unlicensed Disintegration. It's one of the main reasons I think someone should be in red with these decks. The second reason here is going to be the Goblin Chainwhirler. Now, you will notice as we go down through the mana base here that the entire land base, except for one swamp, can produce red mana. Now, that is the only card in the deck that cannot only land in the deck that cannot produce red mana, and that is mainly because of the Goblin Chainwhirler. Now, Goblin Chainwhirler, he's just great. I'll go ahead and read him for you. It's 3 red pips. So 3 red will get you a 3/3 with first strike, but when it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and each planeswalker they control. Wow, just terrific. Just I mean, that's a lot of text to put in one ability there. But he's got other abilities, and he passes the vanilla test, 3/3 for 3. So just a really good creature. They probably should have quit printing about halfway down this card, but whatever. We're going to take it and we're going to use it and hopefully do some damage. Now, I will say one of the biggest things about Goblin Chainwhirler is it's warped the meta a bit. Before Goblin Chainwhirler, more people were willing to play cards that had 1 toughness, and now the Goblin Chainwhirler's around, you really can't rely on those 1 toughness cards as much as you could before. Cards like Glint Sleeve Siphoner, Bomat Courier, things like that are just really, really weak to Goblin Chainwhirler. Now, we did see the mono red deck win first place, and it was running 4 Bomat Couriers. However, I don't believe in a Goblin Chainwhirler matchup that the Bomat Couriers would have stayed in the deck, as it just comes in at the wrong time. If this is hit on curve and you get a turn 3 Goblin Chainwhirler, then you're going to remove all of the small blockers, and you're also going to remove some of the small value creatures. So trying to get value off of anything with a 1 toughness is going to be really, really hard. And I mainly mean, you know, cards like Glint Sleeve Siphoner and Bomat Courier and stuff like that. So this is going to be a really good card for us, and because most of our damage is burn based, whether it be from Glorybringer or Abrade, that means that you can swing with Goblin Chainwhirler and you can put damage onto the creature before blocks, and that will allow the first strike to go ahead and finish him off, allowing your Goblin Chainwhirler to take out things like I don't know, we'll say a 6/6 Muldrotha or something. So you add an Abrade, Muldrotha's already got 3 points of damage on it. First strike happens, Muldrotha dies in first strike, never gets to normal combat, never gets to actually deal damage to the Goblin Chainwhirler. So very, very handy right there. Another thing, you know, it works well with, you know, Chandra. You can put the 4 points of damage on something if you have to, just so that you can get through. Force them to just not be able to block or something for fear of losing their creature. Now, the other option there, of course, is Glorybringer, and Glorybringer is absolutely phenomenal. Like, we know how good Glorybringer is. It's amazing that they've had to print this card so many times. But they did. They put this card in quite a few decks. It's been printed enough that it's only about $2 to $3 a piece. So it's good to see, you know, Glorybringer in that price range where almost everyone can play with it. I mean, the biggest restriction would just be can't find them to play them, and then in that case, just go purchase them from one of the online stores like manatraders. The last one here, and again, same thing, it's damage-based removal, which would pair really well with our Goblin Chainwhirler. In some cases, you know, we can even hold that Goblin Chainwhirler till pre-combat, or we can use it in pre-combat to go ahead and put some damage on something so that we can swing through, or we can use it post-combat to finish something off to make the trades that looked non-profitable profitable for us. So the Walking Ballista works kind of hand in hand with that. If you're swinging with something and you have a Walking Ballista around, you can always add a couple extra points of damage to it, to the first strike damage to get your Chainwhirler through, or to do a 5th point of damage to something like Lyra or something like that. And that is exactly how I expect that we may have to use this Walking Ballista from time to time. But that is the main deck, guys. Let's look at the sideboard real quick and check out the tech that Jason's got for us here. Now, for duress, 2 Doomfall right off the bat. You know, like, just want to say that this deck is ready for those control matchups. You'll notice that most of the sideboard is for those control matchups. Now we've got the 4 Duress, we've got the 2 Doomfall, and Doomfall is another, you know, duress type ability, but we'll say Thoughtseize, considering you can take any 9-land card. And then Argyle's Bloodfast is just a really, really good way for us to draw cards in those control matchups. Argyle's Bloodfast is going to allow us to draw enough cards to keep the threats coming. Now, in some situations, you will get your life total very low, and then something like a Torrential Gearhulk or something may be able to finish you off. So you do need to be wary of that. But most cases with the control matchups, you're just going to be able to sink your life total and any additional mana you have into drawing additional cards to keep playing additional threats. And the later the game goes, the more this will benefit you. So I do like the 2 copies of Argyle's Bloodfast here. Now we do have a 3rd Chandra, and this is again for, you know, control matchups and things. It's more card advantage, allowing us to rip that card off the top and play it if we need to, or just allow it to go to the exile bin for you know, for 2 extra points of damage. We can also use this for ramp and other things. You can play Chandra on turn 4, uptick her for mana, and trade in a cycling land to just draw a card, so she can give you a free cycle there. Like, so the turn you play her, sometimes upticking her to exile the top card of your library is not exactly what you want to do. So if you do have a cycling land, you can just uptick for mana and draw a card. So that is a pretty decent interaction. So I do like that. Of course, it's not the only Planeswalker in the deck. We've got 2 copies of Angrath the Flame Chained here, and I believe that this is actually going to be a very vital part of beating control. Making them lose cards from their hand is going to be absolutely terrific. And then, of course, you know, if you do happen to get to that ultimate, a lot of times they're going to be at a low enough life total that this ultimate can just finish the game. Now, that neg 3 against most control decks isn't going to be very relevant, but if we do play the Angrath down, it makes them not be able to play their Lyra as freely as they might want to. And if you can play the Angrath the Flame Chain after they've played the Lyra, then you can just take the Lyra from them. In most situations, finish off like a Teferi or something like that, and it works really, really good there. However, it's not going to kill the Lyra, and you're probably going to lose your Angrath in return. But in that case, you might have just used Angrath as a kill spell for something like a Teferi, and if that happens, then you are winning, good sirs. We do have a 3rd copy of Glorybringer here in the sideboard, and a copy of the Eldest Reborn. Now this is the only saga in the deck, but I'll read the lore counters here for you. So you play this, and each opponent's going to have to sacrifice a creature or planeswalker. Now, after the next turn, you're going to untap, upkeep, draw, and then at that point, your opponent's going to have to discard a card. And then for the 3rd counter, after the next step, you'll untap, upkeep, draw, and put a target creature card or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So if you have dealt with that Teferi or something of that nature, you can actually bring that back if it's what you're looking for. But sometimes we may just be looking for more damage, and that could be a Glorybringer or something like that. Alright, one of the last 2 cards here in the sideboard is Cut to Ribbons. Now, Cut to Ribbons just deals 4 damage to target creature. This does help take out, you know, those tougher creatures, and Thrashing Brontodon is something that we have to worry about. He does have 4 power, or 4 toughness, so Cut is probably going to come in against Thrashing Brontodons and things like that, but it's also really good against the control matchups, as having this Ribbons in the graveyard can sometimes be very, very handy. Now, Release the Gremlins is one of the last card. Well, it is the last card here in the sideboard. Destroy X target artifacts. Create X 2/2 red goblin creature tokens. This is a very, very good card against the mirror match and against any of those Aetherflux Reservoir decks. If we run up against something like Power Stones or something like that, we've got good answers right here. So that's gonna do it for the deck tech, guys. Let's jump over to chat and see what's going on here. What's up, Madness? For the Horde. For the Horde says, love me some Cut to Ribbons. We've got Rush. Who else we got here? We've got Rush, Justin Clay, Thomas, Jareth, Miles, Jizza. What's up? The Eldest Reborn is a sweet card, sir. Jeremiah Becker, how you doing? Rocker. The Angraf Tech. That's right, sir. Sisk. What's up, Sisk? Madness. Mad Dad Gaming. Oof. This is Madness. The Mad Dad. Who else we got? Rocker. I've called Rocker. Debroki. Miller Time. Is it Miller Time? Man, I should have grabbed my coffee. I didn't. Sitting in the kitchen waiting on me. I've already made it. Just need to grab it. All right. Luke, how you doing, sir? I think I got everyone. I might have missed a few people up at the top. If I did, let me know, and we'll go from there. Bogart and Seth, how's it going, guys? What's up, the rest of chat? How you guys doing? You guys ready to play some Magic? Madness, is that your father? I love this deck. Hey, you know, I'm just hoping that this deck treats me better than the black-white one did. So we're gonna jump into a game, I think. May not be able to. I may have spent too many tickets. Oh, can't jump into it. I can't do it. I can't do it right now. I'll have to pull some stuff over later. Aye. We'll go into the queues. We can do queues. Oh. Well, I guess it's going to be a normal night. I'll get my Sultai deck out and I'll farm up some more points. And we'll go from there. Ooh, yeah. What's up, Christopher Rue? Oh, man. Don't even. All right, guys. I'm going to grab the coffee while we wait on an opponent, and I will be right back. Lamp, take over. Okay, guys, here we go. Looks like we do have an opponent. There we go. Good luck, have fun. And we won the dice roll, so we'll be on the play. Well, I mean, we can get a turn 2 Scrap Heap Scrounger in. We're one card away from Goblin Chainwhirler. We can always play Walking Ballista for 2 if we have to. I think this is a decent hand. At least we do have a couple plays and we're only one land off of a Chainwhirler. So I am going to keep this. Mull. Maybe I should mull. Maybe I should have mulliganed. So we'll find out. We'll find out. So do you think you should have like 3 lands in your opening hand? Time to draw, gas, and go ham. That is the plan, sir. Well, I'm going to play into this Fatal Push here and just drop this Heart of Kirin. So we'll go from there. Oh, that is pretty sweet. That's a Mario Ghost, right? So do we go for the Chainwhirler here? I don't think we necessarily need to. We will crew and see if we can get past this Fatal Push. Alright, he is just going to go ahead and push it. So there we go. Well, there is a good target for our Goblin Chainwhirler. I do think it's the right card to play right here, mainly because it kills him and he's tapped out. We can go ahead and get in for the 3 points of damage. We've got a lot on the board right now, so we can make him actually deal with that. So, just hitting all the land here. So we'll see what he wants to Vraska's Contempt. Alright, so Vraska's Contempt on Goblin Chainwhirler here is not horrible. That means it can't hit our Chandra. So he'll need yet another copy to deal with Chandra. I could plus Chandra here. I think I'll just go for a little extra damage. And we can't cast that, so... Still think blue-white is going to take home all the hardware? It is possible. Ooh, Knight of Malice. Well, him being tapped out like this and only having 2 cards, I want to just play the Walking Ballista for max value here. Could have actually added more to it, but I'm not going to. I wanted to use Chandra to remove one of them. Just removing the board here, I think, is going to be enough for us. I didn't want to lose the Walking Ballista altogether. I mean, if this is the Scarab God, then we can deal with that. Let's go ahead and see what's on top. Scrapheap Scrounger. I'm not going to cast the Scrapheap Scrounger. I am going to cast the Phoenix. And we're going to swing for 2 here. So that is the plan. We may lose Chandra here, but I kind of doubt it. But we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna swing to get like either 2 or 3 points of damage through. He cannot take our Walking Ballista or our Scrapheap Scrounger, because we could always sacrifice the Walking Ballista. Although if he blocks the Walking Ballista, then he can pull it back. So yeah, that would be bad. I mean, if he blocks the Scrapheap Scrounger, then we could sacrifice the Walking Ballista. Maybe I should just pass the turn here, and then just go for the additional damage next turn. So we'll see what he gets. I think we just pass. The loss of Hazret is okay, so he's got spells he needs to cast. He does need to get in the air. So having an answer for Rekindling Phoenix is going to be a must. He's just going to come at Chandra. The question is do I even block? I mean, he gets to make a blocker. Like, I think I do block. And this will take him to 6. We hit him in the air for 4 more. At least with this tactic, we yeah, there we go. He scooped it up. No Bowmat or Soul Scar to help out the control match. No Bowmat or Soul Scar Mage, Brendan. Okay, so against the control matchup here, I do like Unlicensed Disintegration. I like the Abrades. Like, I kind of like where we're at here on the main board. Like, against Blue-Black. Now, against the other control matchups, I'd probably want to go that route. I think I will cut back a few... I don't know. He was kind of like Blue-Black mid-range, right? Yeah, Doomfall seems great. So, yeah, let's look at Doomfall. Doomfall over, what, PNLR? Because that's, like, one of our blocker creatures. I really want to get in Argyle's Bloodfast. I mean, he had the Gifted Aetherborns and such, but do we think that he's going to actually take Gifted Aetherborn out due to the fact that we have Goblin Chainwhirler? Do we back off Goblin Chainwhirler because he doesn't have as many early creatures? How do I get these Duresses in? How do I get this Argyle's Bloodfast in? Like, we want the Scrap Heap Scroungers, Hardy Kieran's, you know, gold. I mean, he does have Fatal Push, so his answers to Hardy Kieran are pretty numerous. Right, like, what could be slower than this matchup, really? Oh, man. Like, I just really don't know what we should take out here. Maybe it's cut a Walking Ballista, but the fact that he's got Glint Sleeve Siphoners worries me a little. I am going to cut one Walking Ballista, and I think I want to cut one Hazoret and go for Angrath here. Like, I know Hazoret's good, but I think I want to go for the Angrath. And we'll leave one Hazoret in the deck. We'll go for Angrath, Doomfalls, Gourdbringers, and roll with that. It's probably bring in some Duress, but I just don't know where the cuts should be. The Eldest Reborn, is it worth a slot? Like, we would have to do some type of shenanigans to be able to get the Scarab God back or something like that. I don't think that it's... I think it's better against Teferi and Planeswalker decks. So, cut to Ribbons, maybe a cut over one Unlicensed. But that's probably wrong. So, I'm going to submit. I really want the Argyle's Bloodfast in here and stuff like that. But I also think we need to be very aggressive. So, slowing down might not be good for us. We do have a decent curve here, though, so we'll see what happens. I'll just play my Spire. Okay, so... yeah, let's just play the Heart of Kieran. And we'll see how he taps this turn. Turn 2 Heart, turn 3 Chainwhirler. It does look really sweet, but I am a little bit worried about what happens here. I mean, Essence Scatter would really, really hurt us. I doubt that he's got Negate against us. What? Chart, of course. He's drawing some cards. Well, that definitely opened the way for us to get in some damage. So we're gonna go for it. Now, I could have also left the Chainwhirler back to block, but I think just taking that 4 points of damage while we could was where we wanted to be. So he's missing land drops, and hopefully we can just capitalize on that. Wow, is this another, like, Contraband Kingpin? well. Lifelink, huh? I'm going to go ahead and Doomfall the opponent. And we're going to pick something from their hand. Probably the most devastating card we can get a hold of. Wow, okay, so he brings in Eldritch Reborn against us. He has Hostage Taker, Knight of Malice. So he'll probably be playing a Knight of Malice again next turn. He's got a Doomfall. Liliana, Vraska's Contempt. Wow. Wow, he's got some major stuff going on here. So I think I want to take out his Doomfall. Because if he top decks a land, he's going to be able to play the Doomfall. I can deal with another Knight of Malice. That's going to happen either way. We do have to worry about him getting to 4, but for right now I want to take away his best 3 mana spell. So I'm going to take away the Doomfall, and we'll just move this up here. We'll go ahead and crew. And deal some more damage. Now granted, he's pushing damage on us as well, but we're going to be able to hedge against that very, very soon. The plan is to go ahead and finish him before he can get to us. So he left back the lifelinker. Okay, well, I'm going to crew with Goblin Chainwhirler. And because this will be lethal next turn with just the Heart of Kirin, I am going to go ahead and take out his lifelinker here. Normally, if he had more life total, I probably wouldn't even exert the Glorybringer, but because he's below 12 points of life, I think I'll go ahead and do just that. So, and this will put him at 3, and that's going to be really, really hard to come back from. All right, there we go. Blue-black control, or blue-black mid-range, bites the dust. Aw, our opponent's name is You Make Me So Hot. All right, here we go. So we've got stuff. We've got stuff, and I'm going to play this stuff. Canyon Slew will bring in our Dragon Skull Summons on tap. We've got a Scrap Heap Scrounger on turn 2. We can follow up turn 3 with Unlicensed Disintegration. So, Steve Star, what? He's like, huh? What just happened? The hand could be okay. It could be okay. Probably going to lose this Scrap Heap Scrounger right here. Looks like we're against mono red. So getting to 5 mana is going to be pretty nice. Oh, nice. Oh, no. PNLR is not horrible. That gives us another artifact. And gives us a blocker. So I'll definitely go with the PNLR here. Looking for land off the top. There goes our artifact. Ouch. This is the other red-black deck. Oh, okay. I think we abrade the Chainwhirler. get in for 1? That's horrible, isn't it? We're going to need to catch up. So we need an untapped land off the top so that we can catch up. What's up, Barry? How you doing, sir? Okay. Walking Ballista. I'll go ahead and swing. And then I'm going to play Ballista for 2. And pass. At least this lives through like a Goblin Chainwhirler, but I think if he had another Chainwhirler, he would have played it last turn just to push more damage. Where's the Abrade going? We're going to attempt to kill Soulscar Mage. We did get that to happen, so that works for us. Oh no. Come on, land. Come on, land. There's a land. Alright, so we're going to try to catch up on the damage ASAP. No exerts. We're just flat out swinging for 4 in the air. That is the plan. Dragon Skull Summit. And, I mean, he's got 4 cards in hand. I expect Unlicensed here. Okay. And, again, we're still just pushing damage. Chandra. That'll have to deal with Glorybringer here. Oh no, he upticked it for mana. 2 red. Cut on the Glorybringer. Wow. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rekindling Phoenix, maybe. Do we hit Chandra here? I think we do, because the Phoenix can... it can technically finish him off. Maybe I should have gotten him down 1 more punch. Okay, so now he's got to have another card to remove this token. I assume he's got... oh, a Goblin Chainwhirler. That works pretty well. Okay, well, damage is going to start returning to us here. More mana. So he's got some stuff he wants to play here. Glorybringer. Opponent's definitely trying to bring it back to us here. Well, we'll kill Glorybringer. Kill Goblin Chainwhirler. Take 5. Hit a land, and we're just going to have to pass. Oof. At Hazret. He's so good. Along with Chandra, giving you more mana so you can dump your hand faster. Yeah, this is going to be devastating. He's throwing cards at us. He just threw a Hazret at us. Now, this is the other version of the deck, the Soulscar Mage deck. Some people are running Soulscar Mage in their versions. Some people are not. If you think you have a more aggressive, deck or meta that you're playing against, then by far the Soulscar Mage should be the one to use. Did he? Did he fling? I'll have to go back and check that out. All right, so. Cut to Ribbons is probably going to be good because he has... I I didn't actually see a lot of artifacts, but he had the unlicensed disintegration, so I expect that they're there. So maybe we want to release the gremlins, but I don't think he's going to have that many artifacts. More than likely, we're going to want these Doomfalls just to be able to deal with Hazoret. We're going to want the PNLRs. Creating the blockers is going to be vital. Although, against Goblin Chainwhirler, it is a little bit sketchy. I don't think that Scrap Heap's going to be great here because I need to block. So I'm going to bring in another Chandra, and then I think I'm rolled from here. Maybe there's an argument somewhere to bring in the other Glorybringer. I don't know. He flung a Hazoret at me, right? Because he threw it with Hazoret. Alright, well, here we go. We're on the play this time. This is not a great on the play game, hand, but he does have to answer quite a few things. Like this is kind of like an on the border hand to keep. So yeah, he used Hazoret to fling a Hazoret at me. Yeah, some sprays or pushes would be better. You think Angrath's better? I almost brought in Angrath, but him costing one more mana seems like it's going to be a little bit hard. I want a more aggressive hand, but I also know that this hand can be very devastating if I can hold off in the beginning. So, like a Braid will help me remove something early. Soulscar Mage is not going to be as impactful because we're not applying threats. If I keep this hand, we're definitely going to be trying to take this game into the long game. I think we take it. I think we keep it. So here we go. Let's find out what happens. I may or may not use this Braid early. I'm probably going to hold on to this Braid for a moment. I mean, stopping a Soulscar Mage is good, but stopping something like a Chainwhirler is a little better. I mean, I could remove this early. I'm probably just going to try to draw a card here, though. Just depending on what his turn 2 is. Earthshaker Kinra. I'll take the 3 points of damage here. And we cycled a Canyon Slough for a Canyon Slough. Well, and we got another land. So, yeah, we're a little behind here. If he doesn't add more to the board, then I will cycle another wow. Just wow, opponent. Wow. And he hit his land drop. That's a Braid. Guess it doesn't matter which. We'll take the 3. I mean, I could play this, play Hazoret. I think I play the Phoenix. At least the Phoenix is a decent blocker. There's the 3rd red. So now we do have to worry about Goblin Chainwhirler. Chandra. Okay. Goblin Chainwhirler was on top. He's not going to be able to cast that. Can't swing, which is great for us. We're going to play Glorybringer and try to deal with some stuff here. So we're going to go attack and exert at Chandra. We're going to kill Chandra here. We're going to get rid of the Soulscar Mage because I don't want any like burn-based removal to start taking down on my dudes. Chandra next turn would have been able to bring back a 4/4 Earthshaker Kenra. All of these would have been very bad for us. There's another Chandra. She reveals Cut to Ribbons off the top. Okay. Doomfall's pretty good here, especially because we can cycle. I'm going to Doomfall his hand. Yeah, we'll Doomfall his hand. He's got Hazoret, Glorybringer, and Magma Spray. So I'm going to take away the Glorybringer. And then I could just play this to help empty my hand a little bit quicker. I'm going to cycle it. We will hit Chandra. Although Chandra can hit us for 6 next turn. Like, we're in some really dangerous territory right now. He upticks for mana, brings back the Earthshaker Kenra. We get hit for 6. This could get dirty. Oh no, hit for 7. PNLR on top, and we're dead. Yeah. I forgot about the fact that he would, if he drew a land, that he would have enough mana to do all the things and uptick Chandra for damage. So, yeah, I made a mistake there. Shouldn't have, like, maybe just not swing at Chandra. Period. So, yeah, maybe I should have slowed down and just not swung at Chandra. But yeah, we got to see both versions. Like, that is why would you not take Hazoret? I mean, what do you mean, why would I not take Hazoret? Because Glorybringer, I would have been dead on the back swing. Yeah, I did know that he had Hazoret, but he did have to top deck that land to make that play. So, yeah, maybe I punt. So this looks like a really good hand, guys. Like, I'm gonna keep it. I don't see why we wouldn't keep it, other than the fact that it has no removal. So you're right. Unlicensed does kill Glorybringer. So I mean, if I would have took the Hazoret, I could have unlicensed the Glorybringer. So yeah, not taking Hazoret was probably, you know, the punt that made everything go wrong. Alright, so we're going to play the Canyon Slough and pass. Red-blue. Okay. Now, I'm expecting this to just be the God Pharaoh's Gift deck, so we do need to be quick about this. A Braid off the top at any point before turn 4 would be terrific. So, in case you guys are wondering, Dev is doing a competitive week this week, and we're going to be playing Muldrotha tomorrow. So, yeah. We'll see if he has the Magma Spray. Nope, just a shock. Perhaps that's a punt there to not play the Walking Ballista. Okay, so is this Wizards? I'm going to play Ballista for 2 here. You know what? Let's cancel that. Let's just play the Phoenix. Like, Ballista for 2 would allow us to block one, shoot the other. But, I mean, the Phoenix, it's going to be a little bit hard to remove. I mean, he does have a wizard, so he can like use wizard's lightning, things like that. Warlord's Fury, gonna give these guys first strike and draw a card. It's pretty good. Blink of an eye, gonna bounce my Phoenix. We're gonna take 6 to the face. Ouch. He is down to 4 cards in hand. I mean, Phoenix is going to take a lot. I do think I like the idea of being able to remove one of his Soulscar mages before things get out of hand here. So we're gonna at least go to make him do some trickery. Get 2 Chandras. They're like 15 bucks a piece. Okay, so he's gonna blink it. I'm gonna try to shoot one of them. We'll see if he has an opt to respond to this. And we're gonna take 6 more damage because of like, oh, Wizard's Lightning. Make that 9 more damage. The efficiency of these wizards is pretty decent. Like you have to commend the efficiency there. Now, because he had Wizard's Lightning, he could have removed our Rekindling Phoenix there as well. So, I think we just have to try it again. At this point, I kind of just want to shoot it now. But if he has Shock, then we're dead. If he has another Wizard's Lightning, we're dead. Let's see if we're dead. We'll just get one of them now. We may not be completely dead. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. And that's game. Yeah. Wow. Great hand by Wizards. Okay. So we need to just stay as fast as possible. Ribbons is probably going to be good. Glorybringer is going to be good. I don't know if our Walking Ballistas will ever be big enough to be able to shoot through them. We do need to get them out of cards and still be alive. I don't think Scrap Heap Scrounger is terrific here, so I'm just going to cut 2 of those. As, you know, he's going to be able to Duress and Doomfall. What are we taking out for Duress and Doomfall, Rich? What do we take out, guys? Like, you guys, okay, you want Angrath, you want Duress, and you want Doomfall. What do we take out? Yeah, I don't like Duress and Doomfall here. Take out the Heart of Kieran. Doomfall and Angrath. Take out Heart. Okay. Take out 2 of Braids. Take out Ballista. Right. So I think taking out Ballistas right here, cutting a couple of those is right. I think Doomfall is too slow, but I do agree that he's only going to have a couple. Oh yeah, take out Hazard. So I could take out Hazard. That gives us 4 cards. So I mean, I could take out the other Scrap Heap Scroungers. I don't think taking Heart Out's right. We've got 4 spots now. I mean, we could take Doomfall or Duress. For Duress, we could go for Duress and just stay very cheap and be able to remove cards. Bringing in Doomfall seems really slow. So does Angrath. I did bring in the 3rd Glorybringer, which may or may not be right. I do think Cut is the right answer. Right, I can kill him with Phoenix alone. Like, the Phoenix by itself can kill him. We do need to get there to be able to do it. So, Chandra is probably going to be really good. I'm going to bring in the other Chandra. I'll bring in the Angraphs just because I know they'll kill him, and then I'll cut the one Glorybringer and bring in 2 Duress. I don't think Doomfall's great here, but I will. Maybe Doomfall's better than Duress here, but I don't think so. I could be wrong. Cinder Barons, that's a slow start, but it's not horrible. I'll keep. We've got a Braids, we've got Heart of Kieran, so our turn 3 mana coming in taps 1, not going to be that devastating for us, as long as we can come in untapped on 4, so. Right, Duress would help get rid of that burn, so we're going to play our tap land so that we can play the Mountain next turn and then follow up with the Heart of Kieran. Or do we just wait? I think I do follow up with a Heart of Kieran here. Before he has like 3 or 4 mana, I think we're alright. This is going to be a decent card next turn. Mad Dad Gaming, thank you very much for subscribing. So, I can Scrap Heap Scrounger here and crew the Heart and swing, but the Heart could end up with some -1/1 counters on it. I think I want to pass and make sure that I still have my Heart of Kieran. Also, removing his creatures is going to be really good, so slowing him down is going to be the main key. I'll take 1 point of damage here. Spellweaver Eternal. I'll go ahead and deal with the Spellweaver. It's hard to block, and I think I'll pass turn 1 more time. I'm going to play it slow here. We've got some really good threats, and when we get to our mana, we're going to be able to do a lot of things. So, don't have Spell Pierce. So, I mean, if he has Opt, we're going to see that right now. Okay, he's just going to shock us. So yeah, him holding the shock, this is much better for us. We do take 5 points of damage right there, but I think we're still on the point where we just need to let him, you know, run dry on attrition. And I'm going to go ahead and try to abrade this. If he casts, you know, 3 spells to stay above it, then, you know, or 2 spells to stay above it, then that's fine. But it's definitely going to hurt if they're Wizard's Lightnings. Lightning Strike and Wizard's Lightning. That just happened. At prowess. We are at 4, ladies and gentlemen. Need a land off the top. Badly. Wrong land. Don't have a shock. Don't have shock. If he has shock right here, we're just dead. I mean, if he has Get to Lavamancer, we're dead. So, wait for him to pump first. We seen that the opponent was not an aggressive pumper. Like, he went multiple turns without using his mana there, without actually pumping. He would just do the 1 point of damage. He knew what he was waiting on. Okay, no attack. We did stall him out a little bit there. That's not bad. He may just be holding for the burn to finish us. I do not know, but I am definitely going to play this Chandra. Wrong crew. Now, the reason I'm going to crew here with a Scrap Heap Scrounger is because I can kill Chandra to block on the crackback if we need to. I am a little bit worried about double Get to Lavamancer, so that could be a problem. We can only stop one of them, so if he does have a Get to Lavamancer, then we're going to have to kill this Chandra to crew with. So, a Lightning Strike, don't have a shock. Come on, not like that. Not like that, opponent. Have like double Spellweaver Eternal. That'd be awesome. You rang. Why does aggressively pump? He's not an aggressive pumper. Yeah. Well, he showed us earlier that he wasn't aggressive when he just swung for one and had mana open. So. Hashtag in before Chainwhirler. It's this like I've seen coffee. I love coffee. Like, well, we'll see what the opponent has here. I mean, we're at 1 life, so I mean, if he's just like, I don't know, like anything could just kill us here. Anything. He's got so much burn. He's got to get to Lavamancers. He's got so many things that could just finish us. Can we get a bourbon emoji? I don't know. I think we're only like one or two more sponsors away from getting the next emoji. So, I had some ideas for the next one, but oh, I should have crewed. I didn't crew. I clicked the button and didn't crew. Get to Lavamancer kills us. Or that. Whatever. If I would have crewed, he wouldn't have been able to do that. Jeez. Yeah. Brutal. That's 3 games already, guys. Wow. Alright. Here we go. We're going to go to one more. Wizards is not but. I don't know. I think that there's some matchups where like Wizards can just be so fast. It is one of the fastest decks out there, but if you can gain a little bit of life, you can stall that deck out. I mean, having any life gain really helps. Yeah, it's a ton of burn. Wizards is the closest thing to a burn deck in Standard right now, just because it's a prowess. You have Soulscar Mage, which is by no means Monastery Swiftspear, but it's still just a really good card. The prowess on it does work really well, and the neg 1/1 counters are great. So, you want to see me play in farm mode? Oh, when I'm just grinding. That would be a boring stream, guys. Like, it's more of me just playing like the same deck, just over and over and over and over. Like just not. Well, I mean, I don't have anyone to talk to there, so there's no distractions. I think so too, especially when you have burn-based spells. Like when you have, like the Wizards deck just dies to Fatal Push Vraska's Contempt, which is a little bit mean, but it does. Um, we have a braid. We have, like, it's hard to not keep this. Right, well, my current grind deck is my Sultai Reanimator deck, so it's fun to play with. And so far, like, I think I'm like 8-2 with it in my grind. Like, I just play it over and over. Like the last I got a 4-1 the other day with it, and that was great. Didn't record it. I should have. We're gonna go with Pia Nalar here. Make room for some sprays in the side. I think that just depending on which week it is, you're going to want to decide whether or not you want to play the. Okay, so this is going to be like a Cogworkers Puzzle Knot deck, something like that. Looks like we're probably like improvise, blue-black improvise. Makes me want to throw down the Heart of Kieran here and then have Pia Nalar as backup for next turn, or I can just play the Rekindling Phoenix and crew with it. So I want to finish this deck ASAP. I think the Sultai deck's really, really strong. Like, it has all the tools needed to beat everything in the format. Pia's normally good against the aggressive decks, Ridge. That's why I took it out earlier against the Control, I think. I think that was the deck I took it out against. Just getting 2 bodies for 1 is really good. Alright, so Hazard is not going to be great here. Hanging on to this Braid for an important artifact that I have yet to see. We'll see if he can kill our Heart of Kiran. Heart of Kiran. Yep, there's the Fatal Push. Everyone's got the Fatal Push. Fatal Push is back. I mean, these hearts are... If you're in a meta full of Fatal Push, everyone in your meta plays with Fatal Push. You probably do not want to take a Heart deck there. If people are playing Jun, Thrashing Brontodons, and a Braids, Heart of Kieran decks are just not that devastating. Like, I don't know, like most of my deck construction is just consisted of Fatal Pushes or Magma Sprays in the past, and I've just never really had a problem with Scrap Heap Scroungers and Heart of Kierans because of that. So, well, that's going to be hard to deal with. Let's see what he's got. He gets another Cogworkers Puzzle Knot. Well, good news is we get to try to do some damage. Now, if he plays another Cogworkers Puzzle Knot next turn, I'm going to play the Walking Ballista and shoot down both the servo tokens before they can become 5/5s. So, that is the game plan. Antiquities War, what a thing, what a thing. It's a good card. It's a really good card. I don't have Chandra money. Chandra ain't cheap. I mean, she's like 20 bucks a piece, so. Let's see what he gets. Another Cogworkers Puzzle Knot. So he goes double Cogworker here. That's, it's gonna be mean. It's gonna be mean. I think I just sit back and block. So, I mean, I could just swing with Pia. He's not going to block. Play another Pia, play a Walking Ballista. I could play Walking Ballista and leave up a Parade, which I think is really good here. I mean, if I Walking Ballista and just get rid of 2 of them right now, it'd be the same as... No, it'd be better than blocking. Alright, so let's look at the plays here, right? Yeah, Goblin Chainwhirler would be... would have been great. Okay, so if we Walking Ballista for 2, and then we Abrade 1, we get rid of 2 of his 5/5s next turn, right? We'd have to... Alright, so we can Walking Ballista and Abrade. Walking Ballista blocks 1, shoots the one the Phoenix blocks, and we Abrade another one. I mean, he's got 6 coming at us. And we just block with everything. We take 5. Or we can Walking Ballista right now, shoot down 2 of them, keep the Abrade in our hand so we don't have to Abrade, and still take the same amount. He'll have 4 coming at us. We can block 3 of them. I think Walking Ballista just shoot 2 servos is the way to go here. Yeah, I think that's the right way to go. I mean, this could be the wrong play, but it keeps the Abrade in my hand, and I think that that's the better way to go. Oh no! What do you got for 1 blue mana? Oh no! Rebuke! Ouch! Ouch, opponent! Got me. So Walking Ballista for 1 would have been a better play. So he couldn't Metallic Rebuke me. But then I wouldn't have been able to Abrade. We take 15 here now. And he has a Fatal Push. He's lethal now. 20 damage! Ouch! Finish him. Yeah. Yeah, he finished me alright. March of the Machines. Yeah, Antiquities War is so good. Alright, we're definitely wanting Duress and Abrade. I'm going to get rid of the Unlicensed Disintegrations. And for the Duresses. And then I think I'm going to take out the Hazards. Hazard seems to come out a lot. Doomfall's probably not bad. Eldest Reborn's probably not bad. Angrath's probably not great. Yeah, I think it's Doomfall. Yeah. And then, yeah, of course, we've got to release the Gremlins here. So maybe 1 less Doomfall and the release. I think Walking Ballista is going to be good. Heart of Kieran might be alright. I want to keep the Heart of Kieran Scrap Heap Scrounger package because I do want to keep swinging. I think if I played this deck on a more regular basis after seeing the Soulscar Mage version, I think I would be running the Soulscar Mage version. You do want Doomfall? I do. Well, I kept 1. So we've got a lot of mana. We do have things. I'm gonna keep. We'll see if we can get in there. But again, Fatal Push just ruins this Heart of Kieran plan. Like, should I be just taking Heart of Kieran out against the Fatal Push decks? Niv the Planeswalker. See, that's what I want. I want the new storyline to be, you know, Bolas has finally come back, and he does something that makes Niv mad enough to finally just ignite his spark. We all know Niv has a spark. But like, I want to see Niv be a Planeswalker. Like, this is our chance. Like, give us Niv. Walker Niv. This is going to be a pain. So let's see what he's got. He's got a Metallic Rebuke, a bunch of servo things. I think I just want to get rid of the Metallic Rebuke so he can't counter me. The could have been wrong. Like, maybe we want to get rid of a Cogworker's Puzzle Knot, or a Servo Schematic, or even a Prophetic Prism so he can't draw another card. Because all of these are going to let him scry when they enter the battlefield. I think the Rebuke's going to be where we actually want to be. Prophetic Prism. It's just prophetic. Blue-red Wizards and Modern? Possibly. I haven't really looked at any of the Modern decks. That's why I play combo in Modern, because I don't know the format, and I just play a decent little combo deck. And I say decent, but it's actually really good. KCI, Trawler combo. I play that in Modern, so I don't really know the format that well. Now, we know we didn't have any more lands. So, yeah, I shot his land there. I did. So I just plus Chandra to produce 2 mana to cast the Walking Ballista. He got his land anyway. Cogworker's Puzzle Knot. And now he's just going to get a lot of scry value. No, he is not an Elder Dragon. He is still one of the most powerful beings in all of the multiverse, though. He's omnipotent, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he's omnipotent. All right, well, I mean, he's baiting us for the crew. I'm gonna take it. We know that he drew land last turn. We know that he drew land this turn. I don't think there's a gap in there anywhere. Like, he played Renegade Map, Cogworker's Puzzle Knot, Prophetic Prism, and 2 lands. So he does have 1 card I don't know about. So we'll see what happens. Oh, we did get there. So I think I'll just plus. There's an Abrade. Let's cast the Abrade. There's the battlefield. Okay, so if I go to Abrade it, he just uses his mana and Prophetic Prisms it. Let's get rid of the Prophetic Prism. See if he goes ahead and taps his mana and he did not sacrifice the Cogworker. He did not sacrifice the Puzzle Knot. I expected him to, but he did not. Are we going to get to see his third? Ooh, he drew another Metallic Rebuke. Well, that's okay. And then we'll swing for 4. I mean, this deck's got some really powerful cards in it, so I do need to be wary here, but alright, so there goes the last Cogworker's Puzzle Knot, and then we're waiting on a Servo Schematic. And that's another Cogworker's Puzzle Knot, so he still has a Servo Schematic. Release the gremlins off the top would be just terrific. Alright, so this would hit Chandra for 1 anyway. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna like remove the 1 and block. Let's look at the top card. We have 5 mana. It was just a land. Could have produced some mana to pump the Walking Ballista. And I'm not going to crew with the Thopter because I'm more willing to trade the Thopter than I am to trade the Walking Ballista. Antiquities War would become a problem here very soon. Servo Schematic. He's got 1 card we do not know about. Another Servo Schematic. Okay. Goblin Chainwhirler off the top would be just... He would scoop. He would scoop at a Chainwhirler. I mean, there's no real point to not doing this. I mean, maybe saving the Thopter here, but I'll trade the Thopter. Doomfall. Let's exile the top card. I'm looking for... Alright. I keep doing that. I don't really have a good reason to Doomfall here. He's got 0 cards in hand, and Doomfalling for a servo doesn't seem terrific, but yeah. Karn would be cap. Karn would be awesome. Yeah, just make a dude. Oh, Karn would just be like Captain America. I missed something you guys are talking about. Comic books. You're doing references to comic books. Okay. The rest was pretty good. Doomfall might be good, but I am not 100% on it. I think you just want to like close the game out against this deck. Angrath might be terrific here, just making him discard cards so he can't play things. I think I'm going to take out a Scrap Heap Scrounger. I think I'm going to take out 2 Scrap Heap Scroungers for the Angrath and Glorybringers. We're going to roll like this. Again, I think that the Goblin Chainwhirler is just the card that'll destroy him. She's Izzet colors and literally a captain now. Who? Jorah? I assume that's who you're talking about, is Jorah. She's captain of the Weatherlight. What'd you do, opponent? One of those guys. I don't know. Most of us have probably made the mistake where you just accidentally, press the button and go. Would have to be Fast Surgeman? Fast Surgeman. Jorah is Captain America. Doesn't she need white somewhere? Oh, she's a white lady that's in... Well, let's just shoot for the Heart of Kirin here. And then next turn we can duress Scrap Heap Scrounger. And then turn 4 we can Scrap Heap Scrounger and a Braid. And we might be able to be really aggressive here. Cogworker's Puzzle Knot. Okay, so he's holding up the Metallic Rebuke. Makes a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and see if we can take that away from him. Maybe he doesn't have multiple copies. Oh, just Fatal Push. All right. Okay, so we'll take the Fatal Push. Still going to play Scrap Heap Scrounger here. So we know what he's got in hand. Not crewing up. Not now that we know that there's a Fatal Push in hand. Okay, so he played his Spire. That is what he played, right? Yeah, Spire of Industry. Dragon Skull Summit. I still like the idea of being able to hold up the Abrade, but I don't think we absolutely need to. I think we can get more use out of our mana if we PNLR this turn, and then next turn we can hold up mana for... Did you draw the counter? No, he's cycling the Fetid Pool, looking for it. Okay. So he drew a Fetid Pool last turn. And... Metallic Rebuke. Metallic Rebuke's what he drew off of that. Okay. We're clear to swing with our Heart of Kirin this turn. All right. You guys got your own conversation going on in chat. I'm not even going to try to catch into that. Like, I tried a minute ago with the Jorah thing. Didn't work. This Contraband Kingpin is going to be a little bit mean, but I think we get to do some swinging here. We do not need the 5th mana. He did play his Drowned Catacombs, so he's got land Fatal Push. Can't block with it, so we'll swing with it. That's okay. And I'll go ahead and deal the additional damage to it. So if he wants to Fatal Push here, he can. Again, I think he's just kind of hanging on to the Fatal Push to deal with the Heart of Kiran. Heart of Kiran. Oh man, I'm always messing that up. We'll have a busted land cycle. I'm expecting enemy cycling lands. Like, I've heard a lot of rumors about enemy cycling lands. I hope it's true. But we'll see. I'm okay with this. I mean, we can just, like, eat a PNLR. We are hitting a little bit of a flood here, though. You curious about the new mechanics they're promising? What type of promises have they made about their new mechanics? Okay, so end of his turn, this turn, I'm going to bring back Scrap Heap Scrounger. I mean, he did decide he was going to go ahead and, you know, use the Scrap Heap. Could have played a land last turn. I'm just kind of holding on to the lands at this point. We'll eat the PNLR. So, has he drawn another Fatal Push? Okay, I mean, this is what we got. Antiquities War. Fatal Push is gone now, so let's see what else he's going to put in his hand here. He'll probably just play it. I mean, he's got a lot of mana. Walking Ballista, that's not bad. I mean, Walking Ballista for 4 is definitely a good way to deal with Scrap Heap Scrounger. He's just going to do it for 1 and then start pumping it next turn, I guess. That's pretty decent. So he just shoots me. We will crew. Swing and pass. He's at 1. He gets a... Oh, what do you get? What do you get, opponent? Show me what you got. Show me what you're working with. What do you get, opponent? What do you get? You're looking at 5 cards. They've got to be so good to be making this type of decision. Maybe after he died, he was later revived, opening a darker side of himself, black mana flowing inside him from the demon Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth was a demon? I thought Yawgmoth was like a doctor. Also because Lily is a Dom-born planeswalker. Was she born on Dominaria? What? Wow. Walking Ballista for 4. Epic. Pretty sure Yawgmoth was a demon god? She was born on? Okay. Well, this will make him happy. And that's game. Not a bad deck. We played a few games with it. Overall, I like it. There is another version of it floating around with the Soulscar mages. I think I would like that version of it better. It looks like it's got a little bit more burn and things like that in it. So I'm... it just depends. Like, I think this particular version was set to beat blue-white control. I think most of the decks that top 8'd this weekend, you'll notice that they are very aggressive, and they all have very decent matchups main board against blue-white control. So like that is something that I think is going to happen. We'll see more and more people actually playing versions that are actually good against creature decks this week. So going forward throughout the week, do remember, like, that people are going to be playing, you know, if they're net deckers and they're just taking the list from this weekend like I've just done here, they're going to be playing decks that are actually built against control. Whereas if you want to beat those guys, like, this week is the week to beat aggressive decks. So you'd want to take, you know, decks that are tuned more for that aggressive type of thing. I particularly think this one is tuned for the blue-white control. So if you did want to make a couple changes to it, use the version that is Soulscar Mage, and that would help you out a lot against the decks that are you know, aggressive. So the Soulscar Mage version is very, very aggressive, or very, very good against aggressive decks. Marion, yeah, Marion, thank you very much for subscribing. Urza had a brother, didn't he? Yes, he did. Urza did have a brother. They got into it over Phyrexia. Like, his brother ran away and started, like, I don't know, doing something in Phyrexia. I just didn't know Yawgmoth was a demon. I thought Yawgmoth was a guy who was a doctor, and like, I don't know. I just didn't think Yawgmoth was a demon, but Mishra. That's right. Mishra is Urza's brother. Yeah. There you go. James Carr is our Ryan. All right, just saying. James Carr is our Rain. Rain is Rain Gould. I used to make jokes. Rain Gould. He is not a demon. Okay, cool. Anyway, I really like this deck, and there are a couple versions of it floating around. Again, just pick whichever one. You know, you've got to make your call for your meta. So, an evil godlike being. He started as a human and turned into an evil godlike being. Yeah, there we go. Barry, thank you. Welcome, Marianne. Welcome to the community. I will say, is it Marianne or Marion? I don't know. Barry Drake, man, this man heals more than any boss I've ever seen. We've got a healing boss, guys. It's gonna be hard to beat. Hard to beat. Anyway, yeah, Yawgmoth created Phereses. They're for Phyrexia, like the plague. Anyway, deck's really good. Whether you play this version or the Soulscar Mage version, just remember, you just think about what your meta's full of. If you think your meta's full of people that are, controlled, then play, a version more like this. If you think your meta's full of people who are playing, aggressive decks, pick the Soulscar Mage version. Very, very simple. There's quite a few different versions of the deck out there, but just kind of pick yours, because the backbone of the deck is like a little bit versatile. Like I'm saying, there's multiple versions here. If you want to run 3 Glorybringers, if you want to run 3 Chandras, but you don't want to run the PNLRs, or you don't have the Hazards, or something like that. Like there's some flexibility here in these red-black decks. I do think that most of them are going with the 3 Heart of Kirans at this point, though, so you can back down on those. The one big thing that they all really have in common is the 4 copies of Unlicensed Disintegration. It's one of the main reasons to actually be in the deck. So, other than that, guys, I had a lot of fun playing this deck. It is about $300 to $400. So if you just want to like grab it and test it, maybe test with the different versions of it, and see which one you like the most, check out manatraders. Check out manatraders. It's a rental service, saves you a lot of money. Links in the description box. Lets you just play with all the decks, guys. How necessary are the Rekindling Phoenixes? It's a really, really good card, but I would say that if you had the Chandra, I think the Rekindling Phoenixes, the Chandras, and the Glorybringers, along with Hazard, are just kind of a no-no. So if you didn't have the Rekindling Phoenixes, I would say you probably want to run the version of the deck that can dump its hand a little bit quicker and maybe go with the Hazards. Versus if you did have the Rekindling Phoenixes, you might not even need the Hazards. You're going to have to make some cuts and stuff for your Rekindling Phoenix is a really good card. The amount of things that it can block, the amount of pressure and the amount of power that it can put forward towards the opponent is absolutely devastating. We heard Rich say it in chat earlier that you can actually just kill the opponent with your Rekindling Phoenixes. You don't need a lot of other things to be able to kill your opponent. So that is a true statement. Rekindling Phoenix is just really hard to deal with, and against a lot of decks, they're going to use their removal spells to deal with all of your other creatures, and they're not going to be able to actually spin 2 removal spells on a Phoenix. So we should have a speculation stream for upcoming sets. I will do a Let's Talk MTG at some point then. It's been a while since I've done a Let's Talk MTG. Maybe I'll be able to get a couple of our moderators or someone like that in Discord, and we'll do a public chat. Jareth Miles seems to be pretty active here lately. Maybe we can get him in Discord, and we'll do a chat or something like that. But Rush Madness for the Horde, all of chat. Those of you that enjoyed the deck, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And thank those of you for subscribing tonight. Everyone who wants to support this stream, there's a lot of ways you can do that. Most in there in the description box, like Patreon, or just hit that super chat like Mr. Barry Drake did. It affects the health bar down there. So, guys, I had a lot of fun. Hope you had fun. Stick around for the credits, and we'll see you next time here on Sideboard MTG.